Hello and welcome back to the Apocalypse, now with 50% more of Vormithrax. Now you've got my talking head to go along with my voice, so let's get with it. So in between episodes, as I'd mentioned, I went ahead and unloaded everything from the vehicle, so I've got it all fully cleared out. Let me kind of give you an overview of what our situation is here. Here is our travel vehicle, still in perfect condition, so it didn't take any damage while we were out and about, and it's still got some items in the various locations, but it's stuff I'm going to leave in the vehicle. So we've got our food pile, sleeping bag, backpacks, and some water. We got our grenade belt and serrated disc to reload our launchers, and then we've got our power armor and flamethrowers in the other spot. So other than that, it's pretty much good to go. We examine it, and we did run the battery down a bit, but that'll charge back up when the sun comes back. Still got a good gas supply and okay on the water for now. So the vehicle's all ready to go, and everything got divvied out into the appropriate piles. About the only other thing I did between episodes was I did read or skim each of the books that we had brought back so I could get a look at what kind of recipes we might have available to us. So let's turn on the headlights briefly, just so you can see the list now. So we've got a pretty big list of books. The only one that really made a difference that we brought back is the Robots for Fun and Profit. Way down here, this one's going to give us the ability to get electronic skill up to 10. All the rest of them we either had or had better versions of already that we weren't going to learn anything from. It's possible we'll get some recipes out of a few of them like I'd mentioned. But this is the only one that was going to give us a real good skill up ability. And getting our electronics up is really important at this level because when we do start to look into implanting the compact bionic modules into our body, having a very high electronic skill is going to be very helpful. It's going to improve our success chances so we don't kill ourselves doing self-surgery. And that was about it. So we still got a number of other books that we could use to raise some skills, but other than electronics to 10, first aid to 8, that's really about it that I care about in the short term. This list does go down, but there's nothing else further down on the list that's any use. Don't care much about the bartering, speaking, or cutting weapons right now, so pretty much just those two books, neither of which are important to our current goals. So let's go ahead and turn the headlights off so we don't drain the battery. And what are we going to do? Well, the plan now that we've taken care of our fungal infection questions, I don't want to say we dealt with the issue entirely because we've got a whole spreading bed of fungus up there still, but there's no reason for us to stick around. We accomplished the goals that I wanted to with that trip and killed the fungal tower, and we understand now how the fire and flamethrowers work, that the armor is going to protect us just fine, and the piercing weapons did great against the tower. So what we need to work on is our escape travel vehicle, our mobile base. So what we're going to do is take a look at the design here. Right now it's in its still undeveloped form. I haven't done anything but pull a few things out of it so far. It's going to need a ton of work, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is strip it down. And all I'm going to do really is remove a bunch of these interior walls and floor sections. I don't think I'm going to go with more than one NPC buddy in this playthrough, so I just need the 2 seats, one for each of us. So all of these seats and tables are going to come out. I'm going to rip out these floor lightings, rip out these wall spacers and the door here. I'm also going to rip out 2 of the 4 beds, so we're just going to leave 2 beds. And I'm not even going to leave these interior walls and door. If I need to sleep during the daytime and it's light outside, I'll just keep a blindfold with the pillow and blanket, and that way I can just pop the blindfold on and go to sleep during the daytime. And I don't need to worry about enclosing myself into with the doors or anything like that. And with a static game world, it's not too often that I'll have wandering monsters that show up and beat their way into the vehicle, and they'll probably wake me up anyway. So that'll do just fine. So we're going to pretty much rip this whole section out here. I'll just leave these back 2 spaces for beds, and I guess technically I don't even really need that. I mean, we could just sleep in the seats, so I might just throw a blanket and pillow on these chairs to make them nice and comfy. We'll rip out this center section. I'll have to look at what's actually here. But basically we're going to strip this thing down. So I'll leave the exterior frame, the wheels, all that kind of stuff. But beyond that, we're going to rip out all of this interior stuff, get a big pile. and set it aside, and then we're going to make some decisions. We've got a few things I want to make so that we can get them put in here. We're going to remove the refrigerator. I don't feel a real need for that. We're drying and preserving most of our foods anyway, so the refrigerator's not that useful for us. I do intend to install the kitchen unit, a kitchen food buddy, which is what we're going to build, and we're going to have to make a number of things to get that put together. As well as the chemical station. So we want to make sure all three of those are in. Beyond that, we're going to try to put in a vehicle welding station, and I'm not sure what else. So that's going to cover most of the things we need for workshop building materials. But we'll see what we can do after that. But I also need to leave a lot of room for carrying capacity. So a lot of cargo spaces are going to be installed because we're intending to basically trundle around a large portion of our base and raw material supply in this vehicle. So it's going to have a massive cargo supply. And we're also going to need to put in extra engines and a whole mess of solar arrays and so on. So we got a lot of work to do. We won't get nearly all of it done this episode, but we'll get some planning done and some initial information on it. So let's pop out for a second. I think first thing we'll do is, during the nighttime hours, we're going to go ahead and do the disassembly. So I guess we'll hop back out and we'll make our pile of materials right here, I guess. So let's take a look at it, starting from the front end. I'm not going to do much with this very front end right now. Eventually I want to install heavier frames possibly, as well as armor and either spiked ram or some kind of an additional layer right out the front of the vehicle. So we've got a lot of things we're going to be doing to this, but for now I'm just going to concentrate on tearing out the things that I know I don't need. So we've got an aisle set here. I'm going to rip that out. Other than that, a roof and some of the engine, that's all fine for now. We're not going to play around with the engines or the internals for the power systems. We're going to take out this board. We're going to take out the door. We're going to take out that board. And I'm going to keep pulling these aisles out. Okay, 60-liter vehicle tank. Let's leave that for the moment. We'll come back to that one. Mini fridge is going. I'll go ahead and leave the floodlight in for now. Seats coming out. Tables out. Remove this internal wall. Electronic control unit. Controlling what? I'm not actually sure what this actually controls. I'll take the board out. I'm going to leave the control unit for now. And I'm just going to leave... I'm not going to leave anything. I'm taking all this stuff out. Okay, we've got it stripped down fairly well. Alright, take that out as well. I don't know what that controls. Hopefully I'll remember to put something like it back in again. So you can see with the H's, we've got frames and roofs in all of these locations. We just need to add 2 roofs here. And then these stars or asterisks are 2 floodlights. And I think those might be above the roof. I'm going to pull those as well. More floodlights. Apparently we've got one around the back as well. I imagine these light the whole place up. When you pop the floodlights on, it lights up the entire area around the vehicle. Could definitely be useful. I'll think about throwing them back on, but I want to make sure I leave all of the interior roof spaces available for solar panels first. So if I do throw more floodlights up, like these, it'll be on the outside edges of the vehicle. So we'll leave the rest of that alone. Frame and wheel. What's different over here? It's got the board, the frame, and the wheel. Alright, so we've got just about everything taken off, I think, that I'm going to worry about for now. Actually, I don't need the curtains back here anymore. We're going to be taking out those windshields as well. It'll just be frame and board all the way back. I'm debating putting a door back here. Maybe. I'll think about it. Windshields, windshields. Let's... Nah, they gotta come out. Okay, now's our time of day. So we've managed to roll through quite a few hours, and our vehicle's looking quite a bit different, which is perfectly fine. And we got a big old pile of stuff here. We're going to just leave it right there. We might need some of its raw materials when we start putting things back on the vehicle. And we're definitely going to need to get a welder up here, and I think our survivor goggles give us the tinting that we need for the glare protection. It gives one glare protection, and that might not be enough actually for welding. Let's drop this bad food off in the pile here. Okay, so taking a look at it, don't think I want to pull anything else off right now. I might go through with a welder and make sure everything is in good condition. Apparently I'm missing a headlight as well. I don't want to put reinforced headlights in anyway. Alright, a lot of things we can do here. I think I will go through with a welder and get everything fixed up. Oh, we got a bunch of curtains again. I think my hope or plan eventually is to get rid of all the windows entirely and put a full camera system in every direction. So if we do need to stop and there might be danger nearby, or even just normal driving, I'll be able to use the camera system instead of relying on windows and mirrors. So that's the plan. How I'm going to accomplish that, or how quickly we can accomplish that, I'm not sure of. Yeah, so let's back up here and make sure I've got my tools. So we've got the forge, dehydrated, there's the welder. That is the rechargeable one, and we'll grab the goggles. I'm wearing quite a bit of carrying capacity because I've got a duffel bag and rucksack on currently, so shouldn't be a problem there. How's our energy doing? Almost maxed out, so good. We'll drain quite a bit of that off when we do some welding here. So let's just start repairing. I got a couple of welders nearby apparently. 600 charges nearby. I definitely don't want to do that. So I want to do this one. 1 out of 2,500. Alright, pick that first. And I just want to look. Oh, that's because I'm carrying 2 UPSs, so... Alright, hold on a second. Which one am I looking at here? So this one has got modified to use the UPS and is not compatible with standard batteries. Okay, that's fine. We'll just burn through the UPSs that I've got. And we've got the big ones for the power armor we can tap into as well as needed, so... Alright, Oops, back to the vehicle. Stop it. Alright, some of these things... That one... Gonna get tiring having those items, that message keep popping up, so let's grab the forge, soldering iron. Not sure where the other one went. Let's drop those down here for a moment. Put them by the door where I won't forget they're at. We'll keep that one. Dropping the forge. And the soldering iron. And apparently I have another welder somewhere nearby. I'll find welder. Yep, right below me. Right there. Okay, just to get him out of the way. Now this should go a little faster. I can just hit a What the hell? I still have 2 welders? Did I not drop one? Or is there one in the vehicle? I'm a little confused here. I've got one with 400 charges. Where is it getting the second welding option? I'm a little confused. I'm not sure why it's giving me that choice, but alright, we'll just have to live with it. I think it's, for some reason it's counting them both, but I think there's just something weird going on with the welders. 518.50. Yeah, something's going on because it's not actually losing any of the charge value. And I've got 1850 total. I think it's counting it twice because the charge in the welder and the charge on the UPSs. So I think it's the same welder, it's just the charge differences. Alright, well, oops. Let's keep going here. No. Repair. So it really doesn't matter which one I pick. Stereo system needs duct tape, huh? Duct tape for that as well, or glue. Okay, we'll come back to those. Oops, that's a complete replacement there. I need a steel frame for that. As you can see, this is going to take a little while, but once we get this repair work done, then we can do something a little more interesting. Well, we're dead tired, hungry, and thirsty. I forgot about that. I wasn't paying attention to my status, so run down to our car here and drop the UPSs, that one at least, and that way they'll recharge, assuming I've got the recharger turned on. Alright, and we'll also get a drink of water. Four or five. Car's all set, and let's grab a bite to eat. Not a chunk of meat, thank you very much. Let's drop that before I accidentally eat that. That didn't really help me. Chunk of meat into the main food pile, please. Alright, let's have some aspic and some fruit leather and a sausage. Getting there. We got pretty deep into the hunger chain. Alright, full and slaked. Let's go... sure, let's talk to our buddy again. Alright, here we go. Another attempt. Hey, finally! I think this is 5th try, I think? I can't remember now if we failed 3 or 4 of the last attempts. Alright, what do we got? Shotguns to 2, and the rest I don't really care all that much about, so... learning brawling might be useful. Let's learn brawling. Alright, we have learned brawling. Down we go. Oop, forgot he was with us. That's fine. You gonna come up and take a nap? Nope. Apparently standing guard duty is restful, because he didn't need to take a nap. Hungry and thirsty again. Oh, now he decides to come and sleep. Alright, and we woke up. We're not gonna wait for him. And... didn't recharge fully because I spent most of that downstairs and the reality bubble didn't catch it, so I think we have enough to get some more work done. Do I have glue? Find glue. We've got 14 super glue. Can we make some bone glue? Only one. What am I short of? Short of bones. I haven't been picking bones up? Or I must have been using them for something else. Seems a little odd. I'm going to hold off on repairing those for now. Okay, now why is it... yeah, it's because I'm too close again. So many things to weld. Oh, I have a steel frame in range now, do I? Alright, if you think so. Okay, I think that's everything except for the items that needed duct tape, super glue, bone glue, those kinds of things. So we're still missing some items here and there. So we've got the reinforced headlights that we're going to want in. Yeah, the wing mirrors are also going to need those. So I want reinforced headlights. I also want something else for protection on the front end. So many things we're going to need. Let's look at this thing again. So right. I need a couple of boards, so let's try to install a board. I want it to go none of these directions. Well, I guess I'm going to pick this way. Doesn't look quite right, but we'll just live with it. Why do I have to repair it after installing it? Seems a little odd. Alright, I think I'm just going to put boards here as well. Okay, got those. Making sure every space has a roof as well. So frames, oops, no roof right here, so we're going to install roof. Curtain needs more duct tape than the other things do. Alright. You insist. Okay, these are just bare frames here as well. Okay, why can I still move in and out of here? I thought I fixed whatever was going on here. Oh, for some reason I'm still up right there, so I need a board. Install board. Thought I had gotten them all, but apparently I missed that one. Okay, now I can't just walk through there. Now we've got a solid interior area. This thing here is a stow board, I believe. Yep, stow board. So that's for extra carrying capacity, 62.5. I'll probably do a stow board here as well. That way on each side of the vehicle I've got a place where I can store some things for quick and easy access, so I don't have to run all the way back into the vehicle necessarily. So I might have some emergency items on the outside edges of the vehicle. So right here, if we remove the board and then install a stow board that direction. Great, now we've got one on each side, so that'll hold emergency items that I might need to grab quickly. And that's the door, that's the vehicle tank. Okay, so things are looking a little better there. We've got it standardized pretty well, so we've got the entire frame in and repaired. So now we're going to have to get a little more particular about what we're going to do. I want to show you just one or two other items real quick, and then we'll call this episode to a close. We're already running up on my normal time frame, but I'm glad we got that done, so I'm happy we've got this thing basically torn down to the frame and then put back together, so everything's in pristine condition except for the windshield or the curtains and stereo and things like that. And I just need to get some glue made for that. What's it take to make the super glue anyway? Super glue, oh, I can do tons of super glue. So, oh, I can make it out of blob globs, cool. We brought back a whole bunch of blob glob. And that's, I think, all it takes. Some water and the blob glob. Cool, let's make up a batch. How many, what's it take? 2 hours for 10? Well, let's do 20. Can't see to craft, of course I can't. I'm hungry and thirsty anyway, so let's get this taken care of. I guess we'll make glue and that'll be the end of our episode. So like I said, it's going to take us a little bit of time. I'm not sure I'm going to show the entire build process on camera. If you guys have a preference, let me know. I don't mind doing it one way or the other, but it just kind of depends on the interest. I haven't spent a lot of time showing vehicle building stuff, so, or if I have, it's been 80 episodes or however long, so let me know if you have a strong preference one way or the other. I'm happy to follow the wisdom of the crowd. As I try to remember what I came out here to do. Okay, now let's get over here. Let's turn on the dome lights, and then let's craft up those super glues out of blob globs. Oh, and I brought back 27 or 67. I thought I had more than that, but that's fine. And use the hot plate, please. That'll draw the power off of our main grid, which is at 99%. Okay, we're not drawing power nearly fast enough. Let's go ahead and drop. I'm not sure what's going on with the welders and the power supply. Something's broken there. I think somebody had mentioned that in my Discord a few days back, that there was some kind of an issue going on there. Apparently it's still going on. And let's turn this off. Turn off the dome lights. Actually, before I do that. Repair it all. Why not? Alright, that's everything. This vehicle is clean, other than the broke security system, which is fine. Everything else should be completely green status. So, we got it cleaned out, we got it green status. Let's actually jump back in real quick. So, like I said, I'm just going to keep a pillow and a blanket here on my chairs, and I'll just sleep in the chair. We'll put a blindfold there as well. I'm strongly considering knocking out all of the windows and putting reinforced doors of some kind in. Basically turning this into an APC type of vehicle. That way we can put cameras out on covering all the angles, and just use the internal camera system and monitor system to get views out all directions while we drive around. And not have to worry about windshields. That way we can just fully armor this thing up and not have weak spots like that. So that is a possibility. But we've got a nice clean area back here, so if we're going to sleep in these two spaces, I want to try to fit some kind of cargo space and a UPS charging station, just like I have in the other vehicle right here. That would be convenient. Otherwise, all the rest of this internal space is available for us to play with. So, not sure how and where I'm going to put various things in. I'll have to think about that a bit. Like I said, I've got a few workstations I want to make sure go in. I think one or two of them can overlap and go into the same space, so might have to do some testing there. But I want to make sure probably this entire grid here is set up for just mass storage. So I can step in the center here and be able to drop inventory items into any of these 9 squares and have cargo space, cargo space, cargo space, just a 3x3 grid of cargo spaces, the 250 capacity, that I can just unload inventory into. Might do the same thing, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then theoretically I'd have these spaces, but I have to put, we'll see. That's probably too many for just cargo, but we'll see what happens. Daylight's coming up, and it's time to close the episode anyway, so What time of the year is it? It's day 12 of autumn, so we're going to be heading into winter here pretty soon. You can see snow hitting the ground. We might have to reconfigure our clothing as well. But that's it for this episode. So, hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Let me know what you think about the vehicle, and if you have any ideas or suggestions on what we should put into it or how we should armor it. All ideas are welcome. I'm putting a little bit more time in between episodes now. I'm still a little fuzzy on the exact schedule. I've been mentioning for a while now that I've got more games going to be coming to the channel, and this is pretty much the kickoff for that. So I've got the camera up and running and done a bunch of testing on it, so I think it's working pretty well. So let me know what you think about the big bald face on the camera here or on the screen, and whether you like it, don't care one way or the other. But I'm going to be doing a whole bunch more streaming on Twitch, and I'm covering a whole bunch more games here pretty much right now. My testing phase is done. I've been doing testing for the last couple of months while I got things up and running, and made sure I understood all the technical aspects, and that phase is pretty much all set. So from here it's going to be content creation. So look forward to lots more games hitting the channel very, very soon. So hope you guys did enjoy it, and as always, please do hit the like, comment, and subscribe options. They're very, very helpful in helping the channel grow and bring awareness to the content. And I've also got my Discord channel linked below, so it'd be fabulous if you wanted to visit me over there and keep track of what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. And I hope to see you in the future. Have a great day. Bye-bye.